this is note herder. Has anyone ever used Evernote? It's a coincidence that it looks just like it. I don't know what happened. I think they probably copied me, is what happened. So I've got a list of notes here. I click on one, it loads over here. I can do things like italicize stuff, add new lines, make bulleted lists. This is a list. Right as I do it, it updates it here in the sidebar. Switch to a different note. Yeah, good times. I can delete one. A little trash can here. Woo! Notice this up here, my URL. I got /notes. I click on a specific note. Now I got /notes/ and then some ID. If I create a new note, start typing, immediately the URL changes to have that new ID. I'm immediately editing a new note. That's how Evernote works. So this is what we're making. And we're making it with React. So right now we've got this default Create React app. Let's just get rid of some of the stuff they put in there first. So in app.js, there's a lot in this component already. Also, they use semicolons, and I said we're not going to do that. Do what you want, but notice, like you would put a semicolon at the end of the return statement, but you don't put any semicolons inside the JSX. You don't put a semicolon at the end of a class declaration. You would at the end of an export line, because that's just a statement. So just because I'm not going to be using them, I'm going to go ahead and take the ones out that are here. Not a big deal, but I like to be consistent, so there we go. Now, inside my component, I'm just going to get rid of everything between the opening and closing div tags. And I'm just going to type note herder in here. So now this is about as simple as a component can possibly be. If I save that, I immediately see this change to reflect just note herder. Now I've got some imports up here. Import logo. If I actually look at my server output, I think we'll see a warning about that. Line 2, logo is defined but never used. So just get rid of that because there was the little spinning React logo. We don't need that anymore. We'll go ahead and import app.css. Why not? Looking at our file list, here's logo.svg. We're not using that. That's the React logo. So just go ahead and remove it from the tree altogether. Check back here. It should still be working. If at any point you break it, you'll see an error message in your browser pretty much immediately. Index.js, we're not going to change anything in here. I'm just going to remove the semicolons again because the consistency is important to me. Doesn't matter. Not going to change anything. Index.html, it's got a lot of comments in there, which is fine. Whatever. It's just telling us how to use this. But we should change the title. Instead of React app, let's say note herder. Check that in the browser, and now our tab up here says note herder instead of React app. Simple enough. As long as everything is still running, yeah, go ahead.
I think like a little below it said no script. What's the difference between no script and just a comment?
So no script will actually render on the page if JavaScript is not there. So if JavaScript is turned completely off, this will appear on the page. Otherwise, it will be hidden. Yep. That is as old as JavaScript itself. And I'm going to commit just this much. We just removed the crap that they already put in there. So I'm just going to make a commit that says remove some boilerplate. before we start adding our own stuff.